The arrival of spring and summer means wedding season kicks into high gear for a lot of folks, those getting married in particular. In tonight's Edible Blue Ridge segment, Steve Russell is here to show us how local cake decorators are making cake into edible art, like some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the calendar is marching into the thick of wedding season right now, but there still may be some brides and I guess grooms who care about these things too.
Brides.
Who maybe haven't picked on their cake yet, right? And there are lots of local bakeries and cake makers here who make wonderful cakes, but we were so impressed by the unique cakes made by Maliha Creations here in Charlottesville that we actually did a feature story on the cake maker Anita Gupta in our latest issue of Edible Blue Ridge. Anita is of Indian heritage, and Maliha means beautiful, and I think these cakes that we brought that she provided to us tonight certainly live up to that.
Yeah, it's not just a clever name. Look at that.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know about you, Dan, but to me, baking is somewhat of a mysterious science.
Yeah, I'm a little scared of it.
Yeah, so this stuff just blows me away. I mean, this one right here, I think we'll start with, uses a chocolate fondant icing to create this sort of flowing, elegant, draped effect, and then complete with the orchid flowers that are handmade and edible. So that's just a really beautiful effect. And then you go over here, this cake, and you have almost its opposite. You have a very boxy cake with a white icing and a stencil damask pattern. So you couldn't get two different kind of cakes here made by the same person.
And let's pull a shot of this white one up again. Look at how detailed this is. How do you do that?
This one was actually done with a stencil. She used a stencil to actually apply this to it.
Okay.
Now she does do a lot of work freehand actually. She does cakes not just for weddings but for birthday parties and for showers, and you start getting some special requests in those cases. And Anita has been known to use a child's toy as inspiration, or even a tablecloth pattern as inspiration. And so then you get into start working a lot of freehand and things like that. I think we have some photos of some of the other cakes that she's made. I don't know if we showed those yet, but she has a replica of the UVA Rotunda. I don't know if we showed that one yet, but yep, there it is. That was actually a wedding.
Asking you shall receive, sir.
That was actually a wedding cake.
Wow.
So a one-of-a-kind cake, and I think it would probably fool Thomas Jefferson.
I think so. That is amazing.
Yeah, isn't that great? So you're talking about a one-of-a-kind cake right there. I personally really like. She makes cakes with a henna pattern that obviously draws from her Indian heritage. So everything that's a completely flowing pattern that makes everyone look different. Just a really, I think, special look. Of course, the way a cake looks is only about half the game, right?
Right. Yeah. How does it taste?
It's got to taste great too, especially if you're going to, please everybody at the wedding, including the mother-in-law and everybody else,
Which is key.
Key.
I'm told.
So Gupta cooks fresh from scratch. She never freezes her cakes. No lard, no high fructose corn syrup, none of that. She makes it fresh from scratch. We're talking Italian buttercream that she makes herself. We're talking key lime curd she makes herself. Whatever it takes to make it a truly memorable cake for a memorable occasion. And for folks who may be getting a little bit cake craving right now, if they want to find out more, they can go to the Maliha Creations website, which is www.malihacreations.com. That's MILIHA Creations.com.
Okay, and we usually put a link to that up on newsplex.com. So if I wanted a special cake like this, how long do you have to order in advance? I mean, this can't happen overnight, right?
Usually she'd start making a cake, say, for a Saturday wedding, usually on a Thursday.
Sure.
Start making the cake and getting it ready, and then deliver it, obviously, as soon as it's finished off with the icing and everything on that day, maybe the day before. But I think, this time of year especially, it's probably good to put in an order as far in advance as you possibly can. Sure.
I bet it just backs up. I mean, that's awesome.
Right. This is that time of year for sure.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, I can't resist chocolate, so I would be going for this one.
Yeah. It all looks delicious. Yeah. All right. Well, Steve Russell from Edible Blue Ridge Magazine, thanks so much for coming in. And as always, for more information, just check out newsplex.com. You can find out a lot more about all these edible, locally made, delicious cakes.